Hey everybody, welcome to my video today. Today's video is going to take you through the process that I use in coming up with a lesson in smart music. So I'm going to show you all the things that I use. I hope that you enjoy this video today. Let's get to the video. Okay, let's get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and I'm going to find music. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go down, and this would be the first thing that I assign them in a lesson. So I'm going to click on exercises, and then I'm going to come up to where it says rhythm. And I'm going to assign them, let's say, pattern 1. And then I'm going to click on custom assignment, and I'm going to make sure the metronome is on. I think that's very important in an assignment like this. I want the cursor to be on beat, so it's going to emphasize that beat. And then down the bottom here, I can actually put whatever key I would like them to play in. Most of the time, I like them to be in their concert key, but we're just going to bring up whatever comes up here. All right, so down the bottom where it says tempo, I really don't want them practicing anything too quickly. So I'm going to put in 60 beats. And then I'm going to come up here and hit the arrow. I'm going to put in my grading rubric. And for this assignment, we'll go 10 points. And then once this comes up, then I'm going to hit the Assign Now button. And then I'm going to come up and I'm going to put this in my demo class. I'm going to give them roughly about a week to do it. And then I'm going to click the blue arrow in the right hand corner so that this gets assigned. Now, I'm going to go back in to that exact same assignment. So the exact same assignment in exercises, and I'll show you why I'm doing this. First one that I made and assigned them is their practice exercise. So now I'm going to go through and I'm going to make sure that I take the cursor off in this one. So the cursor is going to be off in this one. And then I'm going to make sure everything else is exactly the same. And I'm going to hit the blue arrow on the right. And once again, I'm going to come in here and put this on 60. And remember, we took the cursor off. So the reason why I took the cursor off is so that this is going to be their graded example. So the other one that they're doing, it's practice. They really don't have to submit it to me. But this one, this is the submittable one. So what's going to happen is we're going to put this in here. We're going to give them that same week. We're going to hit the blue arrow so that this gets assigned. So you're going to see I have the first assignment in here and I have the second assignment in here. And the reason why I go and I do that is so that, all right, here we have the first one. The first one has exactly the same things, the criteria. They're going to go through, they're going to practice it, they're going to get good enough at it. So the second one has the cursor taken off. And that way, that's the one that they have to perform for me where there's no help. So at home, they have help with that cursor, and then when they go to perform it and turn it into me, the cursor comes off, and then they have to do all the counting. So I think that helps them a little bit better with their performance skills on this. So the next thing I would do is I would come in I would go to the exercises again, and I would click on Scales. And I'm going to do a full octave. And I clicked on Custom Assignment. You can leave the metronome on or off. They're going to be playing with accompaniment in this one, so I'm definitely taking the metronome off on that. And I want the cursor on beat again. And I'll leave my tolerance on average. And you can put any key you want them to practice in here, any scale. And I'll just pick that one. So if I know they're going to be playing in a certain key, I'll pick that scale and I'll have them practice that. And since these are whole notes, you could leave the tempo on exactly what it comes up is 88, or you could go slower. I do like to go slower. I think it's great to practice things at 60. And then of course I'm going to put my rubric in and the point total, and you can put any point total you want in. And then we hit that arrow, and this is going to get assigned to them then. I'm going to assign that now. And I'll put that in that demo class. And maybe on something like that, I give them extra time. We want to spend a good bit of time on that. So now they have a scale to practice, they have a rhythm study to practice, and then they have a rhythm study where the cursor's taken off and they're doing all the counting with the metronome. And that's what I definitely want them to perform and give back to me. You could do that with the scale exercise too. However, I don't know that it's super important on that. It's more important that they learn the notes. So the next thing that I'll do is we'll go into their book. So we use the Essential Elements book. So I'm going to type this in at the top. And we'll just say that these are 5th and 6th graders and they're in book 2. And I know this book very well. So I'm just going to kind of come back here, and we're going to take things from this lesson. So let's say that we've got a lesson and we're working on articulations. So we're going to look at number 15. And number 15 is a study of staccatos. So then I'll hit the custom assignment, and I will take the metronome off for this. You can leave it on if you'd like. And then I'm going to hit the arrow. And then 100 for something like this could work. Depends on the age of your kids. Or you can change that tempo down. You could also put in any tempo, or at least. And that's what I'm going to do on this one. I'm going to go at least 60 beats. That way they can't go and practice it too slow. And then I'm going to assign this. I'll give them 10 points for that. And I'll hit the yes assign now. And then that's going to go into my demo class. And maybe on this assignment, I give them a week to practice that. All right. So at this point, we've worked on scales, we worked on a rhythm and counting study, and we worked on staccatos. So now what we want to do is we want to take what we've learned and we want to apply that to our music. So now I'm going to go and find music, and I'm going to click on the band and orchestra, and we're going to look at some concert band, and let's just go difficulty beginning for now. Okay. And then I might ask the kids, maybe if I'm in class, then I'll ask them right there in front of them. If we're not in class and I'm doing this through Smart Music at home, then in Google Classroom or in the Remind app, I might ask the kids for suggestions of band music. Or what I like to do is I'll ask a student to give me a letter in the alphabet, A through Z. And then I'll have another student give me a number, maybe 1 through 10. And then maybe I'll ask them for a second number, just in case there isn't that many. So let's take, for example, that a student says N, and another student says 5. So now we're going to go in here and we're going to find the N's. Here's 1, 2, 3. So there's only 3, so maybe the second number they gave me was N1. So then I would go back and I would bring up Name That Christmas Carol, and then I would assign that or open that for them to sight read. So I'll just take that and we'll assign this as our sight reading piece. And we're going to perform the entire piece. And I'm going to take that metronome off. With the sight reading, if you really want them to get good at counting, you're going to want to take the cursor off and put no cursor. If you have younger kids and you think maybe they're going to have a little bit of trouble reading the rhythm, you could leave the beat on. So you could leave that cursor on the beat. I'll go back and forth depending on the difficulty. This is beginner band music, so I'm going to take the cursor off and we're going to see how they're going to do. And then I'm going to assign this, and I'll put my rubric in, and I'll give them, let's say, 15 points on this one. I'll hit the blue arrow, and then we'll assign this to our demo class. And on this, I'll give them a week to get this done. Okay, then I'm going to hit I'm done with that. So now we've done scale practice, we've done rhythm study practice, we've done an articulation practice, and then we did a sight reading. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go in and a song that we're doing for concert material. So I'm going to type in, this just happens to be one of the pieces that we're working on. So then we would want to work on this piece. So I'm going to assign this. So the whole idea is that we practice the key that their songs are in. We do rhythm studies to help them with things they might see in the music. We do the sight reading to help them to apply everything they're doing. We do the things in the book to give them more musical knowledge, such as for the one that I assigned, the staccato articulation. And then we go and we do one of the pieces that we're working on to apply everything that we've been doing so that we hopefully make those pieces better. And then we're going to assign this. And for this piece of music, there's a lot required, so I might give them 20 points. And then that's assigned. And that's going to go to my demo class. And we're working on this for a long time, so I'm going to give them plenty of time to continue to work on that before they turn that in to me. All right, so I'm going to go into the grade book. So now you can see we have all of our assignments in here. The simple time 1 practice, the simple time 1 without the cursor performance, the staccato practice in their book, Treading Lightly, the sight reading with Name That Christmas Carol. They also have the major scale to practice that is going to be in the key of your band music. And then the song that they're practicing for their concert material, to tie everything up. So that's generally what a lesson looks like when I assign it in smartmusic. We do rhythm exercises, we do scale exercises, we do things out of the book, we do sight reading, and then of course we tie it all together by doing a band song. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you taking the time to do that. Make sure to subscribe and share and like this video. I'll see you in my next video.